Fitness for habitation refers to the obligation to keep property in England free from any issues that could cause serious harm. Examples of when a property is unfit would include damp, mould, insufficient ventilation or heating, infestations, electrical hazards, defects in the property. If there's a tenant that is experiencing any of those problems, first and foremost, they should let the landlord know and give notice of the defect and give them a reasonable opportunity to remedy it. They could also get the local authority involved and they might intervene. And if all else fails, they can come to us and we can potentially pursue the landlord in the courts for an order requiring them to remedy the problem and for compensation potentially as well. Usually we'd get an email or a telephone call and we'd have an initial conversation and see whether I could potentially help them with the situation, and I'd gather some information from them, let them know exactly what's needed, and then we could go from there. So landlords can, to prevent any tenants alleging that the property is unfit for habitation, we would recommend regular maintenance, dealing with defects as and when they're reported, carrying out a comprehensive schedule of condition at the start of any tenancy, and keeping up to date with local housing regulations and national laws, particularly in relation to things like energy improvements and gas safety. Probably the biggest question that we're asked is how long a dispute takes. We can't always answer that question because often we're reliant on courts and tribunals as well and their backlogs. But we update clients regularly and try to help and update as much as we can. It's very much dependent on the court rules as well, the civil procedure rules, and there's deadlines in there that they have to comply with. But from a service point of view, we'll always aim to keep the client updated as much as possible. The biggest thing we would advise when a client has a potential dispute is to keep records, keep photographs, keep diaries, just keep emails and letters and sufficient records. And also when writing emails and letters, write them with the knowledge that perhaps they might be read in court by a judge at some point.